Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Sports Fall Jersey. Joe Archino back here. And look, who would have thought that a team and an organization that hasn't won an NBA title in 43 years would be listed as Forbes' most valuable NBA franchise? Now, look, I don't think that it's a ton of surprise that the Knicks are the most valuable franchise right now, according to Forbes. It's Knicks number one, it's Lakers number two, and it's Bulls number three. Obviously, there's location: New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, three of the most prominent, most popular places in the world, not just the United States. But I think the Knicks are an interesting one, being at the number one now. Again, it's all that they haven't won a title in 43 years. They haven't had a ton of meaningful teams during that stretch. I mean, look, when Pat Riley was there, they were great. I mean, when Patrick Ewing, they had a lot of great years there. I mean, in all honesty, if you make a couple different decisions with your substitutions, they beat the Houston Rockets in the NBA Finals, and I think things are a lot different. But to not win in that long and still be that highly valued is interesting to me. It really is. I mean, I think you look at the 2000 decade after the Pat Riley thing with the Isaiah Thomas and the debacles with Eddie Curry and some of those other guys. It's still interesting to me that today they're ranked where they are based on the whole Isaiah Thomas mess. I mean, the Knicks were unwatched. You had Knicks fans rooting against their team because they hated the direction of that they were going in. To me, to survive that course and now be ranked as the number one most valued franchise, I think that's more of a testament to the power of New York and the power of Madison Square Garden, maybe, than the team itself. Because, again, we don't root for losers, and the Knicks clearly haven't done a lot of winning in a long, long time, so they're not winners by that regard. The Lakers have done their fair share of winning during that time. The Bulls, of course, did their fair share of winning during that amount of time. The Knicks, not so much, and I think that's the most interesting thing about it, and it says so much about the power of a New York team. The fact that you could go 43 years without doing anything of major significance in the sport, and today be the most valued franchise in basketball. I think that's really amazing to me. It's amazing in every single way. But they are coming back, and right now they're more appealing than I think they've been in a while. Obviously, I don't think they were ever very appealing with Carmelo Anthony. It's not an attractive style of basketball. I think attractive basketball is when the ball is shared, when everyone's getting involved, and there's a general feeling that this team likes each other. You always get that with LeBron James teams. You get that with the Golden State Warriors. You can get a sense that Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, these guys enjoy being around each other. They enjoy playing with each other. You never necessarily got that feel with Carmelo's Knicks. I mean, you had reports about him and Hardaway Jr. fighting in the locker room. There was never a sense that this team really got along. And look, when you don't have strong head coaches, that's the kind of thing that's going to happen. And the Knicks, for the most part, haven't had a strong head coach in a long, long time. I mean, I'd say since Pat Riley. I don't know if you could pick a guy, or maybe Van Gundy, I would say maybe you could give him the nod to that. But I think for the most part, they have struggled finding strong head coaches since that time has passed. But with all of that said, I still think you look at them now, and it's definitely gotten better now. They're a 500 ball club this season. I think maybe they'll dip a little bit below that, but for the most part, this team has made bigger strides this season, and they're definitely a better ball club. Carmelo Anthony is not the same selfish, one-ball-centric player as he was last season. He has made more of a conscientious effort to get his teammates more involved. His assists are up, his rebounds are up. I give him a lot of credit for that, and I like Kristaps Porzingis a lot. I think he's kind of the perfect guy for this team right now. Now, there was a lot of backlash about them drafting him last season. A lot of people knew nothing about this guy. I mean, there was not a lot of things that we kind of could pick as identifiable traits why you would pick a player like this. But I think his mentality has been perfect. He has embraced the role. He has embraced the fans. I think the fans have embraced him back, and he's just a good kid. I mean, you can get a feel for a kid like that. He really cares about the city. He cares about the team, making this team relevant again, and he's an easy guy to root for. His jersey sales, I mean, he's in the top 10. I think last time I checked, he was at number 6. So clearly, he's a guy fans can get around. I think that will help them continue. But I mean, look, the fact that you are still the number one valued NBA franchise today, based on doing nothing for so long, that says a lot. That's power. That is tremendous power right there. And I think the Knicks are still a long time off from winning an NBA title. I still can't realistically see them winning a title for another 15 to 20 years. I mean, that's a long time. I know, and a lot of things can happen during that time. But I think we're seeing the torch kind of being passed. We saw the Kobe Bryant era take its reign. We saw the Tim Duncan Spurs era take its reign, and it's still kind of going strong today. Where now we've kind of seen the LeBron James era take effect. Now it's the Golden State Warriors era. It really is. I think Golden State, you could realistically see them win 3 to 5 titles during this next span. I mean, I think for sure they win it this year, and I don't see why they can't win it again. I don't see why this team can't three-peat. You see it this year. They're a cut above the rest. They're just that much better than everybody else, and it's just very interesting. But just one little story I thought was interesting. I think it just, if you sit there and you think about it, the number one valued franchise in basketball without doing anything significant in so long, it definitely made me think, and hopefully it will for you too. But until then, Jersey Joe Archino here with the Sports Vault. I'll be back next time. Follow me on Twitter at Joe Archino, on Instagram Jersey_Joe_Archino, and we'll see you very soon.